Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of the Grub Buds. I'm your host, Owen, Domination 7 Dom. You're welcome for that shot of my ass cheeks. It's not going to happen again. Today is the 24th of July, 2023, and I am joined by Evan. Evan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Owen.
Oh, that's right. Of course, I am Owen, the bomb.
Kaboom!
Dom. And I'm joined by Evan. Just Evan, you want to do us any special nickname today? Any spicy kind of nickname?
Evan the...
You got to rhyme with your last name?
The Knack.
Evan.
Shananalack.
Evan the Knick-Knack Shanalack. Give your dog a bone. Well, welcome in, everybody. Today we got a couple weird news stories for you today. Truman, Joe, and Vincent all out, so thank you to Evan for subbing in for us today. Today we're going to be reviewing the thin crust pizza from Little Ceasar's. We just went with the pepperoni because it's mostly about the crust today. We are also reviewing the pineapple Pepsi, which you can get in a deal at Little Ceasar's. Sweet, my volume is all working. We're flying. Both our haircuts look pretty good right now. Only one of us has good looking glasses on though, so that's thing. But we got the setup. Everything looks just peachy keen. Evan, what do you want to start with?
Let's start with the pizza.
All right. So, yeah, we probably should have gotten plates. It's fine. We'll be men. I'm gonna open up the first weird news as well. And there's a good look at our thin crust pizza. For those who is it showing OBS instead of there we go. What? I don't know how shooting does this crap, man. What is going on here? Well, whatever. This is how we're doing it. It's what? Doesn't move with it at all. It just have it connected to chat, so even if Truman's chatting to me, I can't fucking tell. Chat. Man, this is going great. Where is the? I don't. Well, there's that, but why is it?
Kind of gives you a deeper appreciation for whoever does this.
Truman just carries this show so hard, and I'm just really, really worried. I don't know why the screen isn't picking it up. I don't understand.
Is there a way to just like share the PowerPoint screen instead of like having us at the same time?
Yes.
Might be a good.
Yes. Well, I don't know how to use this kind of This is the. Listen, guys. Truman carries the show. Okay, we're just gonna talk about it and try to get through it as quick as we can. Truman will probably call me here in a bit to tell me I'm a moron. But so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit retweet. And where is this? Does this still work? It does. So we're gonna start there. Wow, it's totally off screen. Okay, but anyway, weird news off to a great start. Obviously, everyone is watching this on Spotify this week because they knew I was running the show. I don't know how Truman's OBS works, and I have a job, so I didn't really have much time to prepare. But we're gonna be winging through. Why? I just don't understand why chat isn't connected, Evan.
So is the chat that you see on the screen there, is that this week's chat, or is that just roll over, like up to the right a little bit of there?
Oh, no.
Left.
Oh, over here?
Yeah. Is that current chat?
No, that is not current chat at all.
Okay.
Yeah, well, this is just great. We're just gonna get right into it, Evan. As you go ahead and serve yourself some of the pizza, and I'll just grab from what you don't grab. So, Evan was responsible for Weird News today, and once again, we're just gonna go through it today. It's gonna be kind of a stranger episode, but here's how it goes. So, in this week's episode of Weird Sports, a toe wrestling champion surgically removed his toenails to compete. And there's rules, so I need to control click on this, but I can't, so I'm simply going to grab it anyway. Oh, no, of course. Truman, we miss you. You carry the show. So, a British man has been crowned the world champion of toe wrestling 20 years after taking up the bizarre sport. Ben Woodruff of Walsall had his toenails surgically removed to help him get an upper hand on a 17-time world champion competition. How does moving your toenails help you with toe wrestling?
I'm guessing there's less pain involved. Once, like, obviously getting your toenails removed sounds one of the more painful things you can do to your body.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Ben fell in love with an unusual pastime, aged 14 years old, and spent the next 2 decades perfecting his technique to compete in the World Toe Wrestling Championship. Finally became a reality when he beat the reigning champ Alan Nasty Nash last year to claim the title, leaving him feeling like an Olympian. I don't really know what to say about that, Evan.
I think he should tell that to Michael Phelps. Tell him who the real Olympians are.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but let me get on this pizza here. Come on, sauce me over the box. I know we don't, always do or normally do Little Ceasars, and of course they cut it the way that I hate when people cut pizza. What's the point of this? But how are you feeling so far about this thin crust?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it?
Flavor is pretty solid. I haven't actually had Little Caesars in a long time, but their whole thing is the Detroit style pizza. Is that right? Or
they have a new one that's the Detroit style pizza that Truman really enjoys. For us, their thing is that it's just faster than all the other pizza restaurants.
Is it good? Well, it's hot and it's ready.
It's hot and it's ready. That's right. But I don't know. So far, I don't think this is half bad. I would order this again. So this whole combo, Evan, this whole large pizza and the soda was only like $10.99. So, I don't know what to tell you, but I think this is pretty good for $10.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, and really to think about it, I don't think there are many pizza combos that are around that, except for those crazy Domino's ones that were when we were in college. But I mean, since then, here, you want to move your mic up? Just
Yep.
A little bit. There you go. But really, since then, I don't think there's been a deal like this, to be honest.
Yeah. What was so Little Caesars back in the day, at least, you had the $5 hot and ready pizza.
Yeah.
Do you know how much that's costing nowadays?
No. I think it's a 7 or 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But really far back in the day, when our parents were in college, the reason that Little Caesars slogan is pizza, pizza, is that you always usually get buy one get one for $5.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you would get one pizza and they get the second pizza for free. Once again, it's all about being hot and ready. It just you pop in, grab your order, get out. I will tell you though, there were 3 different people waiting for pizzas when I went to this Little Caesars today.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine was the only one that had been ordered for carryout.
Are you? So I know this changed like recently. Little Caesars wasn't like in the KC area at all for a while. I think.
Really?
Like someone said like they got kind of ran off for a few years. I know there's one. Did you go to the one like off Santa Fe?
Yeah, that's the one I was.
That's the only one that I know of in the KC Metro right now, or at least on the Johnson County side.
Yeah, except for the one that I went to today. I did not know of any other Little Caesars, like at all. So, and I was on the app, which is pretty bad compared to the rest of them. I was shocked to see how many stores there were. And I need this headset's gonna die, but I can just take it off. But yeah, I mean, for a Little Caesars pizza, I think this is pretty solid. I have absolutely no complaints about it. It's exactly what I want for a pepperoni pizza. I forgot to ask for it to get cut the, not shit way. But, I have no problem with this. Once again, I'm more of a regular crust kind of guy. The thin crust, I think could definitely be crispier. But overall, the money's there. Kind of like our world record toe champion.
Oh yeah.
Money's just there.
I think I saw somewhere down later in that article that Ben and Jerry's owns the rights to the world wrestler of toes.
Why?
They're like the main sponsor for it. So.
Why? Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of toe wrestling. Ice cream. Obviously. But would you cut off your toenails for a hot and ready thin crust pizza?
Well, I mean, it is hot and ready.
Exactly.
So that is definitely something to consider.
I don't know if I would. So, moving on to our next weird news question. Not really. More of a presentation today. So you can kind of see the fish. But there's a rare fish with human-like teeth caught by an 11-year-old U.S. boy. And of course, those pictures went viral. So, personally, I think this is the fish that goes viral just about once every year. It's got a weird-looking mouth. And here, if I can adjust see how weird that fish looks. Just really a bizarre fish, honestly.
It's like putting a pair of dentures into a bass.
Yeah, it really is. Hold on. The bread's blocking the fish, I think. There you go. I really hope that's full screen, though. I don't know how to do this the right way. Oh, man, maybe I can just... Oh, can I stress this? There you go. There's your fish. Man, I hope this production quality. Dunked, roasted. But for all of you loyal listeners who I know are on Spotify, the audio quality is going to be perfect, boys, because I made sure the mics were good. One thing that people don't know is that I get off work way later than everybody else. So the setup is something that I don't really do. I'm really good at the teardown because I have the podcast after this normally. So I know how to clip and ship and do all of that stuff. But the setup part, really iffy. Pretty evident today. But yeah, so Evan, this weird fish with the teeth, was caught by an 11-year-old boy. Turns out it belongs to the Pacu family of fish, a group of fish native to South America closely related to piranhas. And this story was printed today. Well, no thanks. This story was printed today, but I'm telling you, this Pacu fish goes viral about once a year because some tourist is like, "What the hell? Why does this fish have teeth like that?"
Yeah, the weirdest part about it to me is like finding it in like your backyard pond in Oklahoma. Like, who put it there?
Wait, is that what happened?
Yeah.
What? Okay, no wonder the story's weird. 11-year-old boy in the U.S. was left surprised that we caught a rare fish with human-like teeth while fishing in an Oklahoma pond. As per the father, the fish turned out to be Pacu family group species. Yeah, closely related to piranhas. Piranhas, vegetarian piranhas. They are sometimes. Okay, I see why this is so strange. Now, I didn't read far enough into it to see that it was caught in Oklahoma. That is absolutely bizarre. According to the American Museum of Natural History, their flattened human-like teeth are a result of their varied omnivorous diet, which includes small fish, hard-shelled crustaceans, and the fruits and nuts of freshwater plants. The fish looks more surprised than the kid. Yeah, I would agree. I would absolutely agree. How the hell did that get there? All right.
You're not in Machu Picchu anymore.
You're not in Machu Picchu anymore. You're in Oklahoma. So did the fish get exiled? They said, what they thought of the worst punishment possible, and they said, send him to Oklahoma. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Oklahoma is a fish's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think what, 98% of the population fishes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's all farmers out there.
Like, if you want to be like a safe fish, you want to end up in like Delaware.
Yeah.
Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes.
There's so many lakes that you could hide in, even though there's a lot of fishermen up there. You got to think of the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Fish can get up to 3.5 feet long. That's just wild. I mean, the fish is like a sinister looking. Oh, that's a big old fish. Hopefully, you can see this kid. Jeez, like young kid, big freaking fish. Yeah. So what? So you think that's like kind of like maybe like a drug dealer or something smuggled this fish in from Brazil, and then realized they didn't want it in their tank anymore? Or,
you can't find the cocaine if it's inside one of these.
yeah, that's right. It would have chomped it up. It looks like gravel. It looks like it's like absolutely bizarre. Well, once again, so no text or tweet or calls from Truman yet. So
it means he's loving it.
yeah, I mean, hopefully we're doing okay. But yeah, that is just that's just really strange. Okay, well, moving on. Evan, how would you like to open up and taste a pineapple Pepsi?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why don't you describe the can to the audience while you're giving it a look-see?
Okay, so the can looks like it's definitely just a collaboration with Little Caesars. The top of the can has their like signature Roman garb that the Little Caesar wears. Then you got Little Caesar himself eating a slice of pizza on the can.
There you go. I just want to know who came up with this, because I have a feeling, Evan, that this is not going to be good.
Yeah, it does not sound like the stereotypical drink you would eat with pizza.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give it a good old pour, while I update the Excel. Okay. Get us in. Okay, so you're all good. So what do you think? So, you know how the rating scale works. What do you rate in the pizza here?
Let's see. So, I think one thing about pizza for me is I either like pizza if it's real cheap or real pricey. So, like, if I'm going out to get pizza, it's either going to be something like Minsky's and cost $25 for a pizza, or it's going to be something like Little Caesars where it's $5 to $10 for like the same size of pizza. And Little Caesars, like, you just kind of know what you're going to get. But this is definitely pretty good. I think I am open to eating it again. and I probably will next time I'm looking for a cheaper pizza. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this like an 84.
Okay. I don't think that's ridiculous. That's you in for an 84 here on our thin crust pizza. I'm not totally in agreement with you. I think it's fine. I think it's better than I thought it was going to be. But I do think that because of the price, that I would definitely consider getting this again. Mm-hmm. It's also, I could walk to this place from my house, and location, being real important. I would never have to get this delivered. I would either, it would be like a 30-minute walk, but, I would probably go get it for pickup, and then, it would be like a...
Yeah.
So, give it an 81, which I'm personally shocked that I'm giving a Little Caesars item that, of course, this is the sum over 2. Hold on. Truman's giving me a call now. Uh-oh. What's wrong?
The value. Also, you need to turn your mic and talk into it.
I need to turn my mic and talk into it.
Yeah.
I see.
You sound like you're standing behind us.
I appreciate that. But I also need to divide the sum by 2 and figure out how to get it onto the Excel. So.
That will be good. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Truman.
If we need the average of 84 and 81, it is 82.5.
It's okay. I just need to do this. Sum over 2 and do this one. Sum. This is not the way you normally do it, but it's okay. So, our pizza coming out with my score of 81 and Evan's score of 84, coming out to an 82.5. Yeah, where the hell is the Excel? Wait, how do we...
Was that Joe?
What is Joe doing? I don't know how Joe got there, but, man, what? I display only. Oh, it's the Excel. Why can't we? There we go. Oh, my Lord, I figured out how to show you the Excel. Okay, well, there's the Excel, folks.
Did Truman say something about rating, like adjusting your rating based on the value, or did he?
Well, he was complimenting the value of Little Caesars and kind of bringing that into the fold, but he mainly wanted me to talk into the mic, so it didn't sound I was like standing behind the mic. But yeah, all right. Have you tasted your pineapple Pepsi?
No, but I wanted to tell you something before you taste it.
Oh,
give it a good sniff. It does not smell.
This doesn't smell the best, folks.
Like, it smells like Pepsi with pineapple juice.
Yes.
It doesn't smell like pineapple Pepsi to me.
Yeah, you're right. It smells like someone had a glass and then gave you some pineapple juice and you dumped it right on top, and it's the smell right after they dumped it on top.
Mm-hmm.
That's so odd. It does just smell like pineapple and Pepsi. I'm very scared of how this will taste. It's a cola with pineapple. Okay. I can't... What? I mean, it's honestly not bad. But, like, why? Why would someone do that? I don't know. Evan, while we're thinking about our opinions on this, I pulled this up. Our next weird news, once again, found by you, of course. Microsoft Radical TMNT Xbox controller smells like pizza. I cannot believe that, honestly. Don't know why you would make an Xbox controller that smells like pizza, but they did. So,
you know how you traditionally make an Xbox controller smell like pizza?
Just
use it for 2 days.
Yeah, use it for 2 days. Yeah, Evan, were you a big eating while gaming when you were a kid?
Snacking, like, probably didn't eat any meals as a kid while I was doing that. I do that like way too much now.
Yeah, I do that now, but I'll tell you that when I was a kid, my parents were real strict. No food in the basement. And that's where the games were. So my controllers were always, decently clean. Obviously, you get the dead skin that gets on there after a while, but, I never ate with controllers. I never had a messy controller problem.
I remember the signature finger grease on a controller. That's like a core memory for me. So.
Yeah. I'm lucky enough that also when I loaned my friends my controllers, I didn't hand them back, with like a half Cheeto still on it. You know what I mean?
It's got a pepperoni between the buttons.
Yes, exactly. God, that was the worst. What was your ideal Xbox game growing up? What was your go-to?
Halo 3.
Halo 3? Yeah, me too. Honestly, me too. Playing all the custom games. You ever play the Choo Choo Train? Where
I don't think I played the Choo Choo
they would
Train.
glitch the boxes into like the tunnel ones into the air, and there would be the zombie who could jump really high and had a gravity hammer.
Yeah.
And if he hit the boxes just right, he would eventually knock them down, and he was super fast, so he could kill the human. But do you ever play Fat Kid?
Yeah, the Fat Kid zombies.
Yes.
That was like the super slow,
Yeah.
but like full health zombie.
Yeah, and you could the only way you could kill him was assassinating him. But when he got you, he'd turn you into like a super fast 1 health zombie. Yeah. Fat Kid was a classic. So your controller smells like pizza. The first line of the article is, "You ready for some weird news? Boy, am I. In conjunction with the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, say that 3 times fast, Microsoft created an Xbox controller that smells like a greasy slice of pizza. These custom Xbox controllers have a scent diffuser that slots into the back. It's shaped like a pizza slice as a tribute to the Turtles' beloved meal of choice." There's no way that smells good. Like after a day,
I do not think of pizza as like the go-to scent I want my controllers to smell like.
My goodness. There are 4 variations of the controller, each featuring one of the fearsome foursome. The catch, you can't actually buy one of these radical game pads. Microsoft is giving away a limited number of them. So if you're in, you have to sign up. You can't buy them.
Right.
But look at it. Look at this. Like the diffuser is huge.
It's like not ergonomical.
Like, how could you want that on the back of your controller?
I don't know, man.
There's no way. It feels like it would weigh down your controller.
Yeah. And like a diffuser has like specific pods. So do you get a lifetime supply of those pods, or do you only get your controller to smell like pizza for like the first 6 months?
Is it like gum? Does it, is it like a 15-minute thing? Is it like a couple, like you said, a couple day thing? Because, if it's anything like those Febreze air fresheners, like for your car, I mean, you might go nose blind to it, I guess, but I just don't think that sounds like a good idea. Once again, this news story also released today. They show you pictures of the controllers. What? They also released one an Xbox One that makes the Taco Bell dong. Okay, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing a Taco Bell shirt, but honestly, I don't really eat Taco Bell that much. That's just okay. I'm not sure I like that. Evan.
Yeah. The other thing this reminds me of is, why did we need another TMNT movie? I feel like they try and reboot that every 5 years.
Well, I mean, it's probably because the cartoon from like the early '90s was really popular, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to bring that back up. I guess the cartoon from the early thousands was popular as well. But every time they do a movie, it's like there was that one with Megan Fox. You remember?
Yeah.
Wasn't there 2 with Megan Fox?
There could have been 2.
Those
ones were live action. I think this current one is more
cartoony.
It's sort of like comic booky, like Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse type, I think. But
that's so weird. I don't know. I never saw the second one for the live action one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the first one was very forgettable.
Well, and they had live actions like late 80s, early 90s that were like,
oh yeah, were weird,
hilarious looking.
I know the early 90s one where like at the end of the movie, I believe Kevin pushes Shredder into a garbage compactor, like a garbage truck.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. And I'm pretty sure at the beginning of that movie, there's like a whole backstory that they like never explain. Like Leonardo is just not with him. He was out training somewhere, and they never really explained that.
Yeah, I think there was an animated one in 2008 where like Michelangelo or someone is like going to the dark side or something.
Yes,
and they
yes, Raphael.
Raphael, yeah.
And then they're like crying and upset and they're like, "You abandoned us," blah 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 blah. Oh, but speaking of the Ninja Turtles, something cool on Ninja Turtle lore that I ran into on, of course, Twitter the other day.
Yeah,
I think it was actually pretty recently, ironically enough. But each of the brothers' weapons corresponds to something they're not good at. So, like Michelangelo, is really hyper, doesn't think very fast. But with nunchucks, very easy to hit yourself with them.
Yeah.
And for Raphael, he's a big angry guy who's really aggressive. But the sai that he's using, you have to get in close, so you risk getting hit. So you have to be more calculated. And with Leonardo, he wants to, be a leader, but a katana, you need very precise strokes. So you need to, once again, think slower. And then for, who's the last one? Donatello. He's the smart one, but it's in the end, his weapon is just a stick. So sometimes you can't think your way out of everything, Yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Personality traits corresponding with the weapons, Were you a big TMNT guy growing up?
No, not at all.
I honestly wasn't that much either. I just saw that thing on Twitter, ironically enough, a couple days ago. And so, of course, I memorized it because it's useless information.
Yeah.
But yeah, What cartoons did you watch growing up? You watch Samurai Jack?
Not Samurai Jack, but like Teen Titans, Ben 10.
Oh, yeah.
Code Lyoko.
I watched a lot of Code Lyoko. That's an underrated one. I'm glad you said that.
A lot of people don't know it. Shaolin Showdown.
I watched a little bit of Shaolin Showdown. I watched more Code Lyoko. And looking back, that 3D animation that Code Lyoko had is very strange.
Like 4 or 5 years ago, I went back and watched all of the first season of Code Lyoko, just out of nostalgia sakes.
How was that?
It kept up.
It did?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It something you'll realize is all kids cartoons, 90% of the time are just filler episodes. They just fight some random thing that never comes back. But then there's that 2 or 3 episode stretch where they have some big bad villain.
Yeah, they advance the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avatar definitely does that.
Oh yeah.
Coming to think of it. I mean the secret tunnel episode, right? Everyone likes that episode, but those dudes come back I think once just randomly because it was such a beloved episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really don't advance the plot very much. I watch a lot of Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Growing up. And that's another one where it's kind of advances the plot each time, but it's oh, Jack found a new way to get the pass. Oh, darn, it's gone. And that just happens for 7 seasons,
Yeah. I'm currently watching One Piece.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I passed episode 800 today.
Oh, my goodness. Is it actually that good?
It's pretty good. Almost every episode advances the plot. It's just so slow. You only get 15 minutes of content each episode.
Yeah.
There will be fights that take 4 episodes to finish. And
yeah. I don't know. That's just so many episodes. But,
yeah.
I mean, that means you only got 300 left to catch up all the way up?
Yeah. So,
Are you going to watch the live action?
I'll definitely check it out, yeah. I think that'll get a lot more people involved in it.
Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you that I watched my dad actually, not being really an anime guy ever in his life, watched the live action Cowboy Bebop and enjoyed it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I've watched the original Cowboy Bebop, which is great, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But there's more episodes to the live action than there is to the original.
Really?
So they follow the original mostly, but of course, since they have more episodes, they had to create stuff that wasn't in the original show. I don't know if I could get into One Piece though. That's so many episodes. I've already got so many. I've already got shows with that amount of episodes, combined.
Oh yeah.
I need to watch Game of Thrones. I need to finish Breaking Bad. I need to watch Loki. Apparently, Captain America and Winter Soldier also good. I'm still finishing Naruto. Not even done with that yet. So I can't justify starting One Piece when I have so much.
I just, now that I'm a teacher, had my summer off. I'm like, you know what? I can watch 100 episodes of this a week.
Are they all 20 minutes?
Yeah, so it's like 24-minute runtime, but I do skip the title track.
Sure. Sure.
Because it's 3 minutes long, and then there's usually 2 or 3 minutes of recap.
Yeah.
So I skip those, get it down a little bit.
My rule for that kind of thing is that I'll listen to each new opener once, all the way through. And then after that, if I really like it, I might listen to it again.
I've always really liked the Attack on Titan intros, so I listen to those, and it's 100 episodes versus 1,000. So
yeah. But yeah, you can join the legion of my friends who all say that One Piece is peak content. So get into that. Okay. Let's think about what we think about this good old soda here as I switch. Bang. Okay. So far, we ranked pizza in 81, and you ranked the pizza in 84. Are we still good with those ranks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think those are appropriate as well. I don't know how I just... Oh, there we go. It was the arrow keys. Okay. But how do you feel about the Pepsi? It's weird. I don't think it's bad, but I definitely won't be going to Little Caesars to I gotta have the Pepsi.
Yeah, definitely weird. So when we're talking about scale, 60 is you'll drink it if there's nothing else. Or
yeah, okay. So the way I like to describe it, I'm having a party and you're at my house and you're like, dang, I kind of want a soda. And you know that we've had a soda cooler all day. And so you open up the cooler and the only thing that's left is pineapple Pepsi. A 60 and above is you're still grabbing it. Below 60 is you're shutting the cooler.
Okay. And then 70, what's kind of the change
So
there?
70 is if you're at the store at Walmart and you're just kind of shopping through and you're like, I kind of want a soda. If you're walking past and you see this, you would consider getting it.
Okay.
And 80 and above is man, I kind of want to get this again. And so you'd plan to get this at some point, non-determined. 90 and above, he's I'm getting this week. It's happening again. It's going to join my rotation of my normal buys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'd say probably the regular Pepsi. And I think I like Pepsi better than Coke.
Interesting.
But both of those are low 70s for me.
Really?
I'm never really considering, or I might consider getting them at a restaurant or something, but I'm not.
You're not a cola guy?
Yeah, I'm not a cola guy. I really like Dr. Pepper.
Sure.
Mr. Pibb.
Sure.
But regular Pepsi's probably a 72, 73 or so. And I don't like this as much as regular Pepsi, I will say.
Yeah.
So we're looking at above 60 because, like you said, if it's the only thing left in the cooler, I'll drink it.
Sure.
But not far above. Let's go with a 65.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm totally okay with that. I don't think this was very good. Pineapple cola is just kind of a weird kind of flavor. It just makes the Pepsi sweeter than it already is, which I think Pepsi tastes sweeter than Coke. I've always been a Coke. My family's always been a Coke family, so I've always been a Coke person. But
you're a real Cokehead.
Yeah, a real Coke. A real Cokehead. But I just don't think that this is that great. I don't know what it does to improve Pepsi. You know that quote from Spy Kids 2 where Steve Buscemi says, "Do you think those scientists?" It's from Jurassic Park where it's your scientists were so focused on whether or not they didn't think about whether or not they should.
Yeah, I think the Steve Buscemi quote is something "Do you think even God?"
Yeah. The Steve Buscemi quote. Now that I remembered it, is "Do you think God stays in heaven because he's scared of what he created?"
In Spy Kids 2.
In Spy Kids 2, and it's Steve Buscemi as a scientist. No, yeah, but the quote I wanted to use to this is from Jurassic Park. Anyway, I do think God stays in heaven because he is scared of what he created, and I'm scared of what these scientists created. They shouldn't have. I'm gonna go with like a 63. Oh, geez, I need to divide that by 2 as well. Don't worry, folks. This is normally how you do this, I promise. Yeah, so our pizza grades out at 82.5, pretty respectable. We'd probably order this again or consider ordering it again. Once again, I like the regular crust better, but the thin crust was surprisingly good, and I'll give it his props. Overall, Evan, we gave the Pepsi a 64. I think that's fair. I think that both of us don't hate it, but we're definitely not buying it if it would ever go on sale at Walmart.
Yeah. I'm not a vanilla guy. I think people like vanilla Pepsi okay. Cherry Pepsi or wild cherry Pepsi is like the only flavor of Pepsi that is above a normal Pepsi for me, I'd say.
Oh, absolutely. Wild cherry Pepsi is the superior cherry soda. Don't get me wrong, I love cherry Coke, but wild cherry Pepsi is better. So overall, this meal that we got, which is on special at Little Caesars, if you can figure out how to get the to get it, it would not accept my order as meeting the criteria. But the criteria is 2 or less toppings and the Pepsi, which
they didn't consider one topping or less.
Yes, but I also couldn't add toppings like you could with the Papa John's or Pizza Hut apps. Like, once it's in the checkout menu, you can't edit it. I couldn't edit it at all. So I don't know how I was supposed to get the deal, honestly. But that being said, it was still $10 instead of $8.99, I think it was. Or it was like $10.70. I don't know, which kind of seems like I got it, to be honest. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But, I mean, the Pepsi's not great. I wouldn't seek it out. It is interesting. It smells weird. Kind of tastes, I think it tastes kind of good, but not enough for me to choose it over a mug of root beer or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like if this was economical to get the deal, and the deal just happens to come with the Pepsi, I'll drink it.
This Pepsi is like Long John Silver's to me. Like, if I'm starving on a desert road in Arizona, and I pull up to a gas station, and right next to it is a Long John Silver's, I'd be like, I guess.
Best place to get fish in the desert of Arizona.
Yeah, freaking Long John Silver's. Apparently the chicken there is good, though. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take this moment to thank our Patreon subscribers. That would be Dylan, Meltbox Kansas City, Aaron, Joe, and Skylar. Thank you guys all for keeping the lights on here, helping us do what we do, and helping us afford some of this food. If you'd like to subscribe, you can go to patreon.com/opendisaster. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Open Disaster Productions. You can follow us on Twitter at DisasterOpen. You can follow me on Twitter at Owen Goshdammit. And Evan, you're
on Twitter at Evan D. Shenanalak. All A's in Shenanalak.
There you go. So, also, once again, you can follow us on Spotify, follow us on YouTube, hit a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube to help boost the algorithm. On Spotify, I think just interacting. You can give us a rating on Spotify, actually, if you'd like. But, fellas, I think that is just going to be about all she wrote today. Sorry about the production quality. I have no idea how Truman does this. I hope it looked okay on YouTube. I am prepared to laugh at myself at the end of this recording. But I can sincerely tell you that at the end of the day, we've had enough of this nonsense. See you later, folks.